Good day! I am Jessica C. Ramos, and together with me in this research is Mrs. Leonila B. Acuña. We are from Kayquit Elementary School. Today, I will be discussing the conflict management strategies and performance of public elementary school heads and teachers, basis for a proposed training model. For our rationale, conflict is a natural and normal part of any human interaction. It is always present in the workplace, and managing conflicts can be beneficial or have detrimental consequences. Conflict is a phenomenon that has positive and negative effects on the performance of individuals and organizations. Proper and effective management of conflict can improve the performance, promote healthy relationships, and reduce situations that creates conflict and tension in workplace. Ability to deal with conflict strengthen our dealings with other people, lead to improved relationships, increased job satisfaction, increased retention of professionals, and help organizations in the realization of their goals. The purpose of this research is to gain insight into the conflict management strategies of public elementary school heads and teachers in the Municipality of Indang, which can be beneficial both personally and professionally. In this research, the impacts of conflict management strategies will be assessed on the negative consequences and the impacts of demographic variations on conflict management strategies will be examined. For our key literature, depending on how it is resolved, conflict can either strengthen or weaken relationships. If a conflict is not resolved effectively and promptly, it can have a substantial impact on school's performance. As a result, school leaders should have good conflict management methods to deal with any misunderstandings that may arise in the classroom. According to Villas of 2021, the school head's management of their school is responsible for addressing the issues that the Philippine educational system is currently facing. They have been ordered by higher authorities to improve the current state of education in the Philippines. They are enabled to make a difference in the declining quality of education through school-based management. As a result, their leadership abilities must be improved for their instructors to be effective curriculum implementers. Cadiz et al. Of 2016 on a conflict management program for teachers believe that conflict adversely affects teachers' productivity, efficiency, and effectiveness. Effective management of conflict may, thus, result in enhanced teacher productivity. The findings revealed that the area of learners' achievement was the most perceived conflict among teachers, followed by lesson planning and instruction, which tied with the assessment of students' learning classroom management, school, home, and community relations, and lastly, professional and personal characteristics. The study of Shanka and Dow of 2017 found that major causes of conflict were either institutional, work, leadership-related. Major conflict management strategies included building leadership skills, following rules and regulation, embracing change, wise allocation of resources, involvement in decision-making, providing opportunities for training, and understanding individual differences and roles. In case of disputes, techniques included discussions, punishing, forcing, compromising, avoidance, and ignorance. For our methodology, this research study used the descriptive method of research to determine the significant difference between the demographic profile and conflict management styles of public elementary school heads and teachers in the Municipality of Indang. The researcher utilized public elementary school heads and teachers in the selected public elementary schools in the Municipality of Indang. The researcher utilized a simple random technique in determining the respondents. This study used a survey questionnaire as the main instrument in gathering the pertinent data. For our findings on the extent of conflict management strategies, All variables were rated often observed with an overall mean value of 3.81. On the significant difference, all variables are rated as not significant, with the obtained overall t-value of 0.44, which is lower than the critical value of 1.645 at a 5% level of significance, with 328 degrees of freedom. Hence, the null hypothesis is accepted. On the performance of the school heads for the last 3 years, the school heads gained a performance of 4.11 for the school year 2019 to 2020, 4.15 for the school year 2020 to 2021, and 4.14 for the school year 2021 to 2022, which are interpreted as very satisfactory, supported with an overall performance of 4.13 interpreted likewise. On the performance of the teachers for the last 3 years, the teacher respondents gained a performance of 4.11 for the school year 2019 to 2020, 4.16 for the school year 2020 to 2021, and 4.23 for the school year 2021 to 2022, which are interpreted as very satisfactory and supported with an overall performance of 4.17 interpreted likewise. On the significant relationship as to conflict management strategies and performance of the school heads, the obtained correlation value of negative 0.42 is lower than the critical value of 0.553 at a 5% level of significance, with 6 degrees of freedom, which led to accepting the hypothesis and with moderate negative correlation. As to conflict management strategies and performance of teachers, the gained correlation value of negative 0.40 is lower than the critical value of 0.553 at a 5% level of significance, with 6 degrees of freedom, which led to accepting the hypothesis and with moderate negative correlation. On the proposed training model, the proposed training model is illustrated through the key areas, approach or action, implementation, and outcome. This approach presented aims to guide the implementer in coping with conflict and fairly resolving the issues. On the acceptability of the proposed training model, the acceptability of the proposed training model was assessed with an overall mean value of 4.05 interpreted as acceptable. For our implications, the first useful contribution of this research is that it will develop justice, peace, and harmony in the workplace through equally balanced initiation and implementation of change-oriented and people-oriented behavior. Number 2, issues and disputes can be resolved by adhering to a collaboration strategy. Number 3, the proposed training model is highly recommended for adoption due to its ability to address the weaknesses of conflict management strategies. For our conclusions, number 1, the extent of conflict management strategies was rated often observed. Number 2, there is no significant difference in respondents' assessment of the extent of conflict management strategies. Number 3, the school heads and teachers performed very satisfactorily for the last 3 years. Number 4, there is a moderate negative correlation between conflict management strategies and the performance of school heads and teachers. Number 5, the proposed training model aims at preventing, managing, and resolving competing needs and interests without resorting to violence. And number 6, the proposed training model is acceptable and could be adopted by the school concerned. For our recommendation, number 1, be equally balanced in the initiation and implementation of change-oriented and people-oriented behavior to develop justice, peace, and harmony with the members of the organization. Adheres to a collaboration strategy in resolving issues and disputes through negotiation to satisfy both parties' objectives and maintain the relationship. Teachers should continue to adopt a conflict management strategy that would work toward mutual gains. School heads should conduct capacity building activities involving their teachers to to continually improve their conflict management styles, likewise, to further enhance the present status of the school climate. It is highly recommended the adoption of proposed training model to address the weaknesses of the conflict management strategies. A parallel study is encouraged to find out relative problems and issues from other schools. And for our references, and that's all. Thank you.